Thanks for tuning in to our latest episode of The Signature Show. I'm Maggie Boland, Signature Theater's Managing Director, and we have a very special episode planned for you featuring an extraordinary interview with Broadway legend Chita Rivera. A month ago, Signature announced our 5-show Signature Features season, and in just a week, we will release the first filmed production, Simply Sondheim. With a cast of 12 and a full 16-piece orchestra, this production was filmed at Signature in the beginning of November and shortly will be available for you to view from the comfort of your home on any device of your choosing. This is a very special season and we don't want you to miss any of it. Here to tell you a little about subscribing to the Signature Features season is our Director of Marketing, Jen Bazell.
Thanks, Maggie. We're so excited to share these 5 brand new productions with you. This season features explosive dance, vibrant storytelling, and the kind of memorable music that will have you happily singing it back for days. These productions are being designed and created exclusively for video and filmed live with strict safety protocols in place in our very own Max Theater. In just a minute, you'll see a short clip from the Simply Sondheim behind-the-scenes video for subscribers. Each of the 5 productions in the Signature Feature season will have exclusive content like this for subscribers, who will also get early access to streaming and invitations to online show dialogues with the artists. Plus, when you subscribe, you'll continue to support Signature until we can all be together again in person watching live performances. While we hope you subscribe, single tickets will also be available when each show begins streaming. You'll only need 1 ticket for your entire household. Plus, through our partnership with Marquee TV, you'll be able to watch in HD on any of your devices, including your TV, through Apple TV, Roku, Comcast Xfinity, Chromecast, Amazon Fire Stick, and many more. You'll have 72 hours to enjoy each production once you hit play, so you don't have to worry about missing a minute. To learn more about all 5 Signature Features productions, click subscribe at our website, sigtheater.org. Now, enjoy this sneak peek behind the scenes of Simply Sondheim.
What I love about the work of Stephen Sondheim is the intelligence behind it. He writes for smart people.
What a meal a Sondheim role is, or a Sondheim piece of music is, what a full artistic meal it is to get to tackle it and perform it.
There's not a note that's wrong. There's not a word that's wrong. It all fits together in such a beautiful, logical fashion.
All of the things you feel like maybe you would want to embellish on to show a particular emotion, you don't need to do that with his music. It's all already there.
Every musical note, every punctuation mark is there with thoughtful, purposeful intent. It's there for a reason. Every drop of ink on that page, nothing is by accident.
Sondheim is not afraid to trust his audience or take them on a journey they are not expecting.
Each moment of a scene is truly its own masterpiece. So, quite similarly to Simply Sondheim, you could watch a bunch of pieces from different Sondheim musicals and still come up with an amazing story of itself.
He's like mining situations and scenarios that help us better understand the human condition.
Sondheim, I think, is one of the best contemporary authors on the human condition in so many regards. He really can't be matched.
I was on a date once with a guy, and we're sitting at dinner, and he says, "Oh, you're a musical theater actress. Who do you like?" And I said, "Well, probably at the top of the list would be Stephen Sondheim." And he said, "Sondheim? He's so cerebral." And I literally went, "Check, please."
Getting to be back in the room and telling stories with my friends, it means a very great deal.
I realized during the process how much I missed singing and performing, but often and especially when I work at Signature, it's the family and community that is formed and reformed every time, a new show starts. Just being together again was the most special.
After months of not performing, I think we were all craving connection and collaboration. It's what I love about theater, and I truly believe that collaboration will create change and have a deep impact.
To see everyone collaborating to come together to bring something to everyone that would bring them joy felt really great. And to be with that beautiful band, taking up space with them was kind of euphoric.
The opening notes of the overture made me very emotional the first time I heard it.
It didn't hit me just how much I had missed it until, get a little verklempt, until the orchestra played us the overture. The percussiveness about feeling those beats hitting your body as they came from a live orchestra.
This great music, terrific singers, incredible orchestra, brilliant orchestrations. It was absolutely breathtaking, and I'll never forget it.
When we walked into the space for the first time and we saw all the lights and we saw the theater, we saw it and it was alive again, and we all shared a lot of emotion that day.
There were so many times throughout the recording process of Simply Sondheim that I just turned to Matt or I'd turn to Carrie and I'd be like, chills. I just have chills.
I can't wait until we have that last missing piece to the collaborative experience. And that's a live audience, and that moment can't come too soon.
Every now and then, or you'll never grow. Because now you grow, that's the killer, is now you grow. You're right, nothing's fair, and it's all a plot, and tomorrow doesn't look too hot, right? You better look at what you've got and enjoy the show. All right, now you know.
Just go with the flow and forget it.
Don't fall apart at the seams.
It's called letting go your illusions. And don't confuse them with dreams.
Keep them going slow. Don't regret it.
And don't let's go to extremes.
I mean, socks have holes. I mean, roads have bumps. They make meatheads champs and nice guys chumps. I mean, even cream of wheat has lumps. Gotta let it go. Because now you grow. That's the killer. Is now you grow. You're right, nothing's fair, and it's all a plot, and tomorrow doesn't look too hot, right? You better look at what you got. Over here, hello. Right now you know. Now you know.
Hi, my name is Rafael Lopez, and I'm currently in my final year of the BFA acting program at Ithaca College. But when I was in high school, I was an apprentice in the Arlington Fine Arts Apprentice program. This program provides access to live performances and professional training for students currently enrolled in Arlington Public High Schools. And Signature Theater is the sponsoring partner for the theater students, providing training and access to the entire season for up to 10 high school students a year. The program is free and provides school credit. I know that I wouldn't be the artist that I am today without access to the DC theater scene or the training that I received through the program or from Signature Theater. When I was an apprentice, I remember seeing Jelly's Last Jam at Signature and being blown away by the dancing, the music, and this bit of history that I felt like I should know more about. So, it is with great excitement that I introduce the next number. The stars of Jelly's Last Jam, Felicia Boswell and Mark G. Meadows performing Play the Music for Me.
Smoky room, play a he and
soft caress, play a maybe less sheet, no guarantee. Ooh, sugar, play that music for me. Music in the strutting of a fine-looking man. Music in the stroking of a sweet-talking hand. Music in the lying. Music in the laughing and loving your woman like nobody can. It's in the music where the loving should be. The music's in the living. Play that music for me. Ooh. And when you're talking the music. Yeah, 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 yeah. When you're walking the music, sugar, that's the way it's gotta be. The music's in the living, yeah. The music's in the loving. The music's in the rhythm. Play that music for me.
Hi, I'm Matthew Gardiner, Signature's Associate Artistic Director. Recently, I had the pleasure of sitting down with the one and only Broadway legend, Chita Rivera, to talk about growing up in DC, her special relationship with Kander and Ebb, and the time she spent at Signature Theater starring in The Visit, plus much more. I'm actually sitting right now in my apartment in Northwest DC, not far from where I think you actually grew up. So can you tell me what it was like to be raised in the nation's capital?
Who knew it was the nation's capital then, it was home. I lived near North Capitol Street. It was a mixed neighborhood. We had a lot of kids in that neighborhood. We had a lot of fun. It was a lot of playing ball in the street and kick the can and walking around the block with groups and telling spooky stories and walking the fences in the alleys behind, riding bicycles and skates. You know, I mean, I had that kind of life until I was jumping inside the house from the furniture across the coffee table, and I went through the coffee table and broke it. So my mother said, "Get her out of the house." So she put me in a ballet school.
Jones Haywood, which is still around in Northwest today.
Miss Jones was an amazing African-American Bostonian. She was very elegant and she was a beautiful dancer. I mean, she could do everything she told us to do, you know, and because that's the only thing I had to go by. Miss Jones didn't teach jazz or tap or anything like that. It was strictly ballet, and she was very serious, expected us to be serious. She never wiped out my own personality. She just made me take my life. She made me acknowledge myself and my life and what I could do. It was in that school that Mr. Balanchine from New York City, the American School of Ballet, came to see us. and picked Lewis and myself from the group of students. So Miss Jones did her job. She really did her job.
So they prepared you to have that audition with George Balanchine. You get the scholarship to School of American Ballet, and then on a whim, you go to an audition with a friend. Can you tell us that story? It's so great.
Well, Helen, God love Helen, whom I've not heard from since that audition, because I got it and she didn't. But she wanted the job, and she was so frightened, and I can't blame her. And so she said to me, would you go with me? And I said, heck yes, absolutely, I'll go with you. And I'll support you all the way. And since I'm here, I may as well do it. I took the audition. Helen wanted the job so badly. And so she was in the back because her fear was eating her up. I had no fear because I didn't need it. And I was just curious about all these dancers around me, and I was becoming aware of all of this, and this person who was like so, strong, and I wanted to please that person. So I was right down front, and I got the job. I called my mom and I said, Mom, I think I like this, because there was room for me to have humor and not be exactly like the girl next to me. I saw this oasis in front of me and the possibility of, I didn't know what, but I was curious enough to want to find out.
I feel like I could talk to you all day about West Side Story and Bob Fosse and Gwen Gordon and all of it. But what I really wanted to focus on with you today was one particular collaboration, and that was your collaboration with Fred and John. And, The Rink, Kiss the Spider Woman, Chicago. How did you first meet them?
I was asked to do Zorba. And I was asked to replace this absolutely magnificent, authentic Greek singer. I rehearsed with John in the pit, and I think Zorba was the very first show that we did together. I have to thank them for me, for exposing who I am. It taught me to expose and to have the feeling, because they wrote it, how to be passionate, how to be funny, how to be dramatic, how to be foreign, to be not my, and they discovered me. And they allowed me to discover myself. And it was as if, they made me. John's still doing it.
Well, one of the last pieces that they wrote together was The Visit, which had its world premiere at the Goodman in 2001, and then it went on to a beautiful Broadway premiere in 2015, directed by John Doyle. In between that time, Signature was lucky enough in 2008 to produce a leg of its journey. It was one of my first experiences ever as an assistant. So for one of my first experiences to be in a room with you, with George Hearn, John Kander, Anne Rankin, Frank Galati. I mean, I looked around that room and thought, how in the world did I end up here? And
I do the same thing, by the way.
Well, there you go.
I do this exactly the same thing. The mere fact that they hired me for that role.
How did the role come to you the first time? Did John approach you, or Fred, or both of them, or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Freddie and John.
Yeah.
I mean, I have to give them all the credit for all of it. I mean, because I'm not one to go out and get something like I want. It's very difficult for me to say I want, except I do know I want to get out of the house, and I want this pandemic to end, and I want those extremes we know. But when it's something that is just self-gratifying, maybe what I think I want is not as good as the thing next to it, which is what I need.
Sure.
You know, so somehow that's in my head. And so Freddie and John picked and chose for me, you know, and I followed them because they were right all the time.
Another person that was so important to the projects is Terrence McNally.
Terrence, absolutely. Terrence belongs with Freddie and John. Terrence McNally. Whew. He wrote about what he believed in. He wrote the truth. He wrote with love, compassion, and he knew exactly, as Freddie and John, as Freddie did, what would come out of my mouth. They also knew I respected the libretto. If I just did what I was told and what was put in front of me, I would succeed. But then again, I worked with the best.
Yeah.
You know, I worked with the best, but I trusted them.
We lost Terrence this last year. We lost Anne Rankin as well. It's so sad. And I've just been thinking, you know, yesterday as I was like preparing for this interview, I'm on YouTube and I'm looking at videos of you, and one pops up of you and Anne together doing "Let Me Entertain You" at Donna McKechnie.
Oh, isn't that a great number?
It's so good. I clearly remember Gwen Verdon when Annie came on the scene for the first time. I remembered her saying how perfect she was, how beautiful, and her legs were so long and they were perfect. And on top of it all, she was the nicest girl you could ever meet. And Gwen expressed that, and I got to know Annie, and she was as humble and as I don't even think she knew how wonderful and how brilliant she really was. When they approached you about the visit and they said,
Right.
Here's this story about a woman who comes back to revenge.
It sounds exciting already.
Great.
And it's coming from their mouth. And I was not afraid to try. Miss Jones must have put that in my head when we got out of that elevator at New York City Ballet at the school, and this tall, beautiful, blonde, long-legged ballet dancer was passing us as we were getting out of the elevator, as I said, and about to change for the audition. And this gorgeous, very fair girl walks by me, and I panic because she is perfect. She is absolutely perfect. And I felt little and, and inconspicuous. And I said to Miss Jones, "Oh my gosh, she's so beautiful. I'm really frightened." And Miss Jones said to me, as Freddie kept saying through my life, "Stay in your lane. You'll be fine. Just keep looking forward and stay in your lane. Don't try to get into somebody else's. Just be you." That's really what she meant. But stay in your lane. I've never forgotten that. I've never forgotten that. And all of that saves you. It just makes you who you are. You've got to listen. I always end up with saying this. You have to listen to everything around you. You have to be alert. You have to see with your eyes. You must look. You must look. You must, everything that comes out of your mouth, if you can, it's got to be what you mean, or you should apologize and clean it up right away so so you don't have to look back and see a trail of crap
Yeah.
that you got to clean up, you know?
Yeah.
So eyes to see, ears to hear, tongue to speak, you know?
Perfect.
It's all there for a reason.
I learned so much about storytelling, but more importantly, what I just want to just make sure I said to you was that I learned more about kindness and professionalism and grace, because that room was full of it. You know, every single person.
And the trust.
And the trust.
The trust. You could work, you could be, you could listen, you could learn because you could trust. You got to pick the right people to be with. You have to be, you know, and when you find out, then you make your judgment. What goes around does come around. This is your life.
Yeah.
It's not just it's not just a showbiz thing. It's your life. It's what goes day by day by day. It makes you who you are.
With a lot of artists struggling right now, I'm wondering if you have any advice for someone who's thinking about leaving the business or who is trying to find inspiration to stay in this moment.
You have to follow your heart. That is the only thing you can ever do. You must follow your heart. If I wanted to dance, I had all this energy, and I loved music, and I loved to dance. I followed my desire to move and to dance. And I say to you, you go up and down, up and down. That's the way life goes. But you have to follow what makes you happy. Don't give up. Never, ever give up. Don't give up. You know, fight whatever it is you have to fight. But don't give up you.
No, thank you. I know it seems like, how can anybody answer that question in this moment? But to hear somebody like you share that advice, it gives me hope. I'm sure it will give others hope.
Well, I have to listen to my own words too, because I want to do one more show. I do. I would love for John and I can't even say Terrence, but I'd love for John and so many other people to write it, you know, because they know me, and I would love to have my boys, you know, the older boys that are still sharp and still great and still in shape. I would just, because I have joy in me that's underneath all of this that is trying to push it down with everybody, you know, but it just has to be pulled out. So talking to you, by the way, has given me a wonderful feeling right now. Really, you've asked some wonderful, and not just asking wonderful questions, because I'm really tired about talking about myself. I really am. At this time, I'm about ready to be somebody else. But you mean what you say, and you're very, very genuine. And those are the only kind of people I want to be with.
Well,
So
I want to show you something really quick. It's a picture of you and me during the, I don't know if you can see it. It's me with my long hair.
Oh,
just like during the visit, and I keep it on my desk along with a little glass Hershey's Kiss that you gave us all on opening night.
Yes.
So they sit on my desk at home. I brought them home from work.
I can't. When I see you, I'll have one of these for you, because at that time I was giving out hearts. This time I give out angels. So I'll save one for you. I have a bag of them. So you take care.
You too. Thank you so much.
Be well. Yeah, and thank you for enlightening me today.
Thank you. Over the years, we have produced many Kander and Ebb musicals. One of the earliest was The Rink, which originally starred Chita Rivera and Liza Minnelli on Broadway. To accompany my interview with Chita, I asked one of Signature's favorites, Barrett Wilbert-Weed, if she would consider recording one of the songs from the show. So, here is Barrett singing Colored Lights from The Rink.
I was sitting on a sand dune in Santa Cruz, Monterey. Anyway, I could feel the trickle on my cheek of ocean spray. Just perfect day. Well, anyway, I remember that I turned to Sam and said, no, that was Fred. I should be up, and yet I'm down instead. Something's missing, Sam. Something's missing, Fred. Something's missing here. Where are my colored lights? Beads and bleachers and colored lights. Passing smiles round and round, thumping papa organ sound. Noisy boys, long and lean, giggles of girls in the mezanine. Filtered through colored lights, gold and amber and green. I was sailing out of Long Beach on a catamaran, or like a fishing scow. Anyhow, I was leaning, chewing cashews off the starboard bow. Just that sunset. Anyhow, I remember telling Joey, God, you're sweet. No, that was Pete. Anyhow, and I wondered why I felt so incomplete. Something's missing, Joe. Something's missing, Pete. Something's missing here. Where are my colored lights? Beads and bleachers and colored lights. Passing smiles round and round, thumping and papa organ sound. Noisy boys, long and lean, giggles of girls in the mezzanine. Filtered through colored lights, pink and yellow and green. And I tried to find the answers in the friends I made, through all the beds I shared. Anywhere. But with other people's music ringing in my ear, I couldn't sing anything. And I thought if I could just be 12 again, or maybe 10, anything. It seems to me I knew the secret then. It's so simple, 12. It's so simple, 10. It's so simple here.
Christine Stanley, Signature's Director of Advancement and Planning. I wanted to take a moment on behalf of everyone at Signature to say how grateful we are for the support that you all continue to show us. I am thrilled to share that we met our December matching challenge from Dan and Gloria Logan. Your continued commitment makes our 2021 season possible, and we are so thankful to you. You have kept Signature and continue to keep Signature strong. Thank you. I echo Christine's sentiments and feel so grateful for all the support Signature has received since we closed last March. Thanks for watching our latest episode of The Signature Show. As always, we hope it brings some joy into your homes. As we begin a new year, we wanted to send you off with a performance that speaks to change and to hope for a better tomorrow. This particular song was recorded before the insurrection at the Capitol on January 6th, and yet the lyrics speak hauntingly to this moment in time. Here are Nora Palka and Nathan Elman Bell with the Bob Dylan anthem, The Times They Are A-Changin'.
Come gather round, people, wherever you roam, and admit that the waters around you have grown, and accepted that soon you'll be drenched to the bone. If your time to you is worth saving, well, you better start swimming or you'll sink like a stone, for the times they are a-changin'. Come writers and critics who prophesize with your pen, and keep your eyes wide, the chance won't come again. And don't speak too soon, for the wheel's still in spin, and there's no telling who that it's naming, for the loser will now be the later to win, for the times they are a-changin'. Come senators, congressmen, please heed the call. Don't stand in the doorway, don't block up the hall, for he who gets hurt will be he who has stalled. There's a battle outside and it's raging. It'll soon shake your windows and rattle your walls, for the times they are a-changin'. Come mothers and fathers throughout the land, and don't criticize what you can't understand. Your sons and your daughters are beyond your command. Your old road is rapidly aging. Please get out of the new one if you can't lend a hand, for the times they are a-changin'. The line it is drawn, the curse it is cast. The slow one now will later be fast, as the present one now will later be past. The order is rapidly fading, and the first one